Good morning, everybody. My name is Colleen Light, and my website is Cards by Coco, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, which is so much fun. And I'm coming to you live from a small town in Southwest Washington, Kalama, Washington. Anyway, it is windy here today, so I'm hoping that the internet stays through. For the video. Look at this mess behind me. I should probably shut this cabinet, huh? Anyway, big news today in the Stampin' Up! World. The new mini catalog in celebration. They have launched. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to let me know. We're going to do a fun fold card today. Let me flip you around and we will get started here. My very messy craft room for a minute. It seems like everybody's live this morning. So if you're catching the replay, I appreciate it. Just hashtag replay for me. And if you need a catalog, by all means, let me know that too. I'd be happy to get one off in the mail for you. So this is the fun fold we're going to be making today. How cute is this? I think that this is just one of the cutest stamp sets, and I can actually show you it in the mini catalog now. So you will find this here. Look at this, so exciting. Oh, I thought I had it marked. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I did. So this is on page 12. And it is called the Share A Milkshake Bundle. Look, I just have stuff scattered everywhere. Maybe I'm too low. Let me see here. I'm going to raise you up just a hair. Sorry about that, everybody. Let's see if that's a little bit better. So anyway, this is the Share A Milkshake. Right now, Stampin' Up! Has a fabulous joining special. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and get started making this card. Before I do that, I wanted to tell you about the prize patrol I'm doing right now. It is for this, I had one of these calendars left, and they're so cute. It's the yearly tear off mini calendar. So I did a YouTube live video on Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's normally when I go live. So if you comment on this video or that video, you'll be entered to win this adorable little catalog, and I will go ahead and announce the winner next Monday on YouTube Live, and then I will also just post underneath this video. All right, so that's enough of that. Let me show you a few other samples I made here of this card. So this is what I featured on YouTube, these two colors, one using the mint macaron and one what is it? It's the sweet sorbet. I always call it sweet strawberry, but it's actually sweet sorbet. So these are the two I made when I went live on Monday. So how cute are those? So that's just two other samples, and I'll have another one on my blog on Saturday. So be sure to check back. So if you haven't checked out the joining special while I get myself organized here, if you haven't checked out the joining special and that just fabulous boho mini cut and emboss machine, I think you should look at it because it's really amazing. Stamps that we're working with, Share A Milkshake with these great dies. Let me show you this die here. I cut one out, and I actually put an adhesive sheet behind it because I have an idea for Saturday's card. And while I was cutting, I thought, well, why not do that at the same time? But look, how cute is this? You can use it for Valentine's Day. You can use it for birthdays, just whatever you want. And look at these adorable dies here. I just think these are great. Just love, love, love them. Oh, good morning, Joan. So anyway, the big catalog launch, we have all been anxiously waiting for it. Well, if you follow Stampin' Up, you've been anxiously waiting for it. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let me see. I have everything organized, and you know how that goes for me. I have everything organized, and then I can't find a darn thing. This is this month's host code. If you're placing an order, I would appreciate it if you use it. But for right now, I'm going to scooch it out of my way because it's just going to kind of, well, just be in my way. So This is a fun fold card, and this is scored at 4 1/4 by 11 inches. I have most everything done for us here. Let me scooch this over just a little bit this way. There we go. I just feel like, oh, and Happy New Year. If you didn't catch the Monday live, Happy New Year. I hope your holidays were fabulous. And okay, back to the card. 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at, let me show you how I did it. I'm not going to rescore it, but I'll show you how I did it. So then I just put it here on the 11-inch end, the 11-inch side. My goodness, it is a new year for me. I cannot speak this morning. And I scored at 2 3/4. So, you use your scoring blade, which is the lighter gray one. And then I scooched it down to 8 1/4. And again, I just did another score line. And that will give us our fun fold. So let me do this here. So, and then we're just going to fold these towards the center. So I'm going to fold out and then in again a little bit and get some nice crisp lines with our bone folder. And this is the start of our card. It really doesn't get any easier, does it? We're going to go ahead and do some panels, dress up our panels here a little bit. And this paper actually comes from the new mini catalog, and it is called the Country Gingham Designer Series paper. You get a whole pack here. Let me show you the colors real quick. See, I love anything country. This paper is right up my alley. And then look, you turn it around, and there's your mint and your balmy blue. So not only my colors, but just the patterns I love. All right, so these two panels, you need to cut two for this card, and they are cut at 2 1/2 by 4 inches. And of course, I'll have everything blogged for you, so don't worry. Oh, hi, Rachel, and thank you. Um, anyway, I'll have everything blogged for you by the probably by lunchtime, Pacific Standard Time. So I was actually at my year-end review. I thought, okay, I need to go back and figure out what it is I need to really work on. Hang on, I'm looking for my silicone mat. What I need to work on to improve for you. And one thing that I noticed is that I am ridiculously heavy-handed with that multi-purpose glue. You don't need as much as I have been using in my previous videos. So that's the one thing I'm going to focus on this time around. As we enter the new year, we always kind of reevaluate what we've done, especially, with hobbies and crafts and different things. So one of the things I am doing is I'm kind of in a cooking rut also. So I'm trying a new recipe a week. So that's fun. And then to figure out what I could do better to give you more value from watching my videos. And that really is to be a little bit more, pay attention to details a little bit more. You can see I'm lining that up here so that the ends go. And to also not be so heavy-handed with this multi-purpose glue. There is just no reason for that. So anyway, there we go with that one. I decided to use the crumb cake because you can see I'm making a ice cream cone here. So I wanted to back with this crumb cake layer, and this panel is 2 5/8 inches by 4 1/8 inch. So that's pretty easy. We have an inside panel here that's going to go inside of our card, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Now let's go ahead and take this piece out. This piece here, I used the Scalloped Contours dies, which if you have followed me for any length of time, you know are my favorite, which is why this package is so beat up. And I think this is the third one up. So I used that one. I just thought it was fun. I liked how it kind of fit in with the concept of the card. So anyway, and this will sit here. Let me show you some of these amazing die cuts that we're going to be using. We're going to stamp some things, but I do have them pre-cut, but I want to show you how great they stamp. So let me grab a piece of white scrap or of because I'm going to make another card. So I might as well stamp with you this morning too. All right, so let's go ahead and start with our sweet sorbet. Let me get out my, oh, did I leave mine? As I was talking about how I'm going to be organized. Anyway, there's my Stamped and Pierced mat. I tell you, I crack myself up. Anyway, so this is the cherry. So we're going to put the cherry right there. Isn't that just cute? And then we are going to take some Flirty Flamingo, because if you've watched my videos at all, you've heard me say many times that chocolate and strawberry ice cream are my two favorites. Then we're going to use this stamp here, and I'll show you it on the case. We're going to pop that down there. And again, this is the Flirty Flamingo. This is the color I like for the strawberry ice cream. I tried a couple of them out, and this was the one I settled on. You'll have to let me know if you decide a different color. Anyway, I used the one here. That would go with the smaller sundae. And then let me see what other. And then I just had some early espresso that I cut out using the cloud die. See, because we have all these little cloud dies. And then I used Very Vanilla for the vanilla ice cream. So how cute is this? This die here cuts out your ice cream cone. And I don't know that the lighting in here is going to do it justice for you to see the ridges on here. But this is the die that makes your ice cream cone. So you have spoons and you have that little piece that I showed you earlier. And this is for the straw. So this piece here, you would stamp your straw and that would fit over this piece. So you can see that we have all of these dies that coordinate so well here. This is just such a fun set. I have grandkids, and I think this is just going to be a set I use over and over and over again. All right, let me show you what we're going to do. So I would just line up my dies on these, whoosh them off to the machine, and die cut them for you. But I did it in advance so you wouldn't have to watch me struggle with that machine today. This ice cream cone has score lines. Look at this. How cute. And we're going to just fold it and fold it. And this will fold on itself. But we're not done here. We're going to grab a piece of scratch paper and we're going to grab some crumb cake ink and open this up. And then we are going to take a sponge dauber. I think I mentioned these the other day when I was on camera or doing a live video, and we're going to just go right around the edges here. Give this that really waffle cone look. So I love, love, love ice cream. It is one of my favorites. But of course, we're all in the process of making resolutions, so I am trying to take off. I gained some weight after our accident, so I'm trying to take it off. For those of you who don't know, my husband and I, we were in a pretty bad accident about a year and a half ago. So I ate my way through that. Anyway, let's come on this side, because this side, we're going to all see this once we fold it over. So let's give it here a little bit, and just a little bit of a burnish there. All right. How cute. Not a burnish. That was the wrong terminology. Just give it some interest, I guess would be a better word to use. All right. Cute, cute, cute. Great way to add just a little bit of color is to use your ink pads and a sponge dauber. All right, let me grab some. I have a baby wipe over here. I tell you, I cannot get this done without just getting a little bit of ink on myself. Okay, so we want to fold this over and put a little bit of glue here. So I'm not going to glue this too much. And there we go, because I just don't want, I want to make sure that glue doesn't show. All right, so I'm going to grab a block to set on top of that, just like that. And we're going to do a little bit more stamping while that kind of settles down there. Let's turn it on this way. It looks like I have a little bit of ink right there. Anyway, you can see I've been busy in the craft room, huh? All right, so we want to do our Life is Sweeter with you. How cute is that? So I already know who I'm making this card for. It's for one of my grandchildren. So Life is Sweeter with you certainly fits the bill for that. And so let's go ahead and get this stamped. And I know I want it a little bit up towards the top because I want that waffle cone to sit a certain way. So let's see if we can get this straight. I did cut two because, you know, sometimes I don't get it straight. So let's see. Everyone, fingers crossed. And let's see how it goes. So are you all very excited about the new, oh, cute, about the new catalog? I am. It really is a good one. The joining special is amazing. There's 3 different ways to join, and the value and the, you know, what you get for joining this time around. It really is such a good value. So if you are spending over $100, just take a peek at it. Just look at it and make sure you're getting the best value and the best bang for your buck. Okay, so back to the card. Strawberry ice cream. I want that to kind of sit down a little bit so that white part doesn't show. So I'm going to put a little glue here. Let's see, without getting a whole bunch everywhere. Since that's my resolution, is not to use so much glue. And I'm just going to open this up just a hair, and I'm going to scooch this down carefully. All right, and I'm going to give that a pinch. You can see our ice cream cone coming together, can't you? This is our chocolate ice cream, and this is using early espresso. So, you know, as you know, I am kind of frugal, so I save a bunch of my scraps. And I thought when I was using this set, I'm like, aha, now I know why I save all the scraps. All right. So I hope you all had a really nice holiday, but aren't we kind of just ready to do something else? If you made any resolutions, let me know. Mine is really, I'm kind of in a cooking rut. So it's to try one new recipe a week. So if you have a tried and true recipe that you love, you know, please share it with me. I would love to try it. Um, let's go ahead here. I'm going to use my tweezers just to help me get that on. There we go. And then this is my vanilla, which I'm going to tip over on that side. And I'm using my tweezers just because it helps me not fumble around as much with these little pieces of paper. All right. There we go. And I'm using the silicone mat just in case I come off the edge. It keeps my workspace clean. And as you can see, this one did come off the edge. So it just keeps my workspace clean. I'm going to wipe these off on a baby wipe there. Perfect. And where's our cherry? We have to get our cherry. And then I'm going to show you a little something I did with our cherry to just make it pop a little bit more. Again, on my silicone mat, because I know I'm not, I know I'm going to probably have a little bit of glue over. And I did. So this will keep this, just wipe that off. The glue just wipes right off like that. And it keeps your workspace clean. All right, so I have some Wink Estella here. And I'm going to maybe, let me see. Nope, I have enough on there. I thought maybe I'd have to get it restarted, but it looks like I have enough. Because I want this to sparkle. I thought about clear embossing it, but I thought, I like this kind of, whoops, kind of like this Wink Estella. Give it a little pop. There, I got a little bit out. So that'll take a minute to dry. And I don't know if you can see the shimmer, but look, it's so pretty. It really just gives it that little bit extra. We have one more thing to stamp, and that is for our inside panel here. Just one more thing to stamp on our inside panel. So you can do a lot on the inside. You could put a little sundae on the inside. You could, let me see, what else could you do? There's so many stamps. You could put your sentiment on the inside. You could put a little sundae on the inside. Since we use a cherry, you could do the life is sweeter with you. You're the cherry on top. There's a Be My Valentine, celebrate. It's so much that you can do. I just decided to put the hearts on the inside. I decided to keep it simple. Or I cut the strip here. You know, which one do we want to do? I put the hearts on the inside of the other one, but then I cut the strip here to tie in. Let's do the strip on this one, make it a little bit different. Let me get back out my silicone mat then. I feel like I switched gears there. So this, I believe this is 3/4 of an inch. Normally I do a 1/2 an inch, but this is the size I had left, and I don't know. I didn't recut it. So let's go ahead and pop this down. I use my silicone mat primarily because I want to get it nice and even on the bottom. If any glue pops out, I want to keep my work surface clean. So if you don't have one of these, you should get one. They are such an aid and really a very good tool to have. Yep, 3/4. All right, I'm going to use my adhesive scissors and give this a little snip. And I know these are my adhesive ones because they have the little ribbon there. And we're going to cut that off. I tend to always cut these little strips of paper just a little bit longer. Oh, can you all hear Lucy? She's actually been pretty good this morning, hasn't she? She's been pretty good. All right, and this is going to come in here just like that. I'm not going to adhere this one. I do on my samples just to show you, but I tend to leave mine not adhered. So when I write my note or add my sentiment, whatever I'm doing, once I figure out, exactly what I'm doing with this card, which I believe is going to go to my granddaughter. But that way, if I make a mistake, it's just one little small spot to redo versus the entire card. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to adhere this piece on our crumb cake piece. So here we go. And we're going to center that here. Give that a little wiggle. Ta-da! So now we're going to add our ice cream cone. Just like that. How cute is that? So I glued this down and I just set a block on it when I made it yesterday. Today I'm going to use some tear and tape on this just so you don't have to hang around and watch it dry. So I'm just going to use some tear and tape. Tear and tape is really strong. It's what I tend to do on my 3D projects. So it's very strong. I was thought about using dimensionals, but I mail most of my cards, so I do not want to make this one too bulky. So let's go like that. All right. So the key with your folds, with your fun folds, there we go. The key with your fun folds is to make sure that when you adhere it, you're only on the one side, right? So I know I'm just going to hold it like this, so I know what side I want the glue on, the adhesive, because, let me see here. Yep, we want it on this one. Because have you ever glued a card shut? I actually have, when I was, and I'd like to say it was when I was first starting out. It actually happened pretty recently. It's so easy to do just to glue your card shut. So anyway, let's put this here, center it. Before we press it down, make sure we're not gluing our card shut. All right. And we are going to, yep, that looks good. I'm going to give that a press right there. So this would scooch in here like that. And I have just a little smudge right there. So I'm going to have to show you how we're going to fix that. We have here our opaque adhesive back gems. Also in the new catalog, I want to add, I'm going to center this one first and then go on either side. So on my sample card, I only put on 3 of these, but because I have this little itty bitty spot up here, we're going to add one of these little dots up here and we're going to go for 5. So there's one, because I like things in odd numbers and we can't have a little smudge. So I'm going to just put this over, I think, here. And here is today's card using the very, very cute Share a Milkshake stamp set. So I really think this is super cute. Get the bundle if you are going to want the bundle. So get the bundle just because these dies are amazing and it's really what makes this card, right? You could stamp it all out, but the ice cream cone isn't here, and I think the ice cream cone is adorable. Don't forget to stamp something on your envelope while you're working. These are the other samples I've made. I will have this blogged for you probably by lunchtime. And check my website, Cards by Coco, because I will have another one blogged for you on Saturday. Anyway, thank you so much for joining. Happy catalog launch day. It's so exciting. If you need a catalog or are interested in finding out more information about the joining special, please reach out. So, and everybody, thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Sharon. And if anyone has any questions, just let me know. I will answer them all before the end of the day. Have a great day, and I will see you next week.